Head harvester Bill Arman here from the West Coast. Here I'm at Elevate in Dallas. I'm with my buddy Jerry Schill. How you doing there, Jerry?
I'm doing good, Bill. How are you?
Wonderful. So listen, I got Jerry here and I was asking some questions. He's been doing some acquisitions, doing things like that. But share with us, what are some of the key ingredients for a successful company? Give us 2 or 3 ones that companies out there should be really focusing on to be successful.
Yeah, I think a disciplined approach to running your business is critically important. Knowing who you are, your identity, who you're going to serve, pays dividends in the long run, so you can remain focused. Super important. And I think that translates into profits long term. But at the end of the day, I don't think there's anything more important than being people-centric.
People-centric. So tell me a bit more about that.
Yeah, I think, everything starts with good people. And if you got good people, you end up getting good clients. And if you end up getting good clients, you have good retention. If you have good retention, you have good margins. So I think it really is the genesis of everything that you do in business is you got to invest in people. I see all the time, so many people are quick to invest in a truck or a new program or a new, consultant or whatever, but they're really look at and view people almost as an expense versus an investment. I think that's a critical mistake.
That's a great point, everybody listening out there. So people, finding them, attracting them to you. So you got to be attractive, right? It's almost like a marketing and sales campaign, isn't it? So you got to know what your unique recruiting proposition is. So what were some of the features of the company that are really good at recruiting? Why do they come to work for companies like that?
Yeah, look, I think we create an environment where people have the ability to grow. But I will tell you, it's a lot easier said than done. That we were just talking, from 50,000 feet, it seems like an easy task, right? On paper, piece of cake, but actual execution of that is really, really tough. I think one of the things that we've done and exhibited over the past few years, especially, right, is in addition to providing people with opportunity, we're intentional about growth opportunities and strategies around people and human capital development. So it's super, super important. This is a people business, right? We're essentially selling labor and developing relationships, and you need to surround yourself with a great team.
Yeah, so great team. Then you talk about having good, solid systems in place. Best practices or standing operating procedures would be like 2 or 3 big SOPs or best practices that you really look for.
Well, I think the introduction to technology, we were just talking earlier today that like even 10 years ago was really kind of the birth of technology in our space.
Yeah.
There were a few kind of early entrants into the space that never really scaled, but 10 years ago we didn't have ERP systems like we do today. So I think, for us, it's really about leveraging technology, right, to drive, predictable outcomes.
So give me an example. Give me one example.
So HR strategies, right?
Okay.
Like, tracking both desirable and undesirable turnover, right? Because there's 2 different kinds.
All right.
Leveraging KPIs, so we can track efficiency and utilization of labor. And then even revenue, like we've come a long way even in tracking from a CRM perspective, sales, not just sales revenue, but the behavior and the activity that drive, the predictable outcomes. So I think, for me, SOPs, again, it used to be a binder on a shelf in the old days. Now it's in a database somewhere.
Yeah.
So you're able to kind of go in and leverage those things in real time today.
So people. Use the technology for leverage. We don't have to work as hard as we used to, hopefully. We still work pretty hard, don't we, Jerry?
We do.
But still, technology can do a lot of that work for you, right? And then having that culture around there that's positive and growth oriented. People want to grow with it and have success at an organization. Those are 3 great tips, Jerry. Yeah. Appreciate your attendance here. Now go out there and harvest your potential. Thanks, Jerry.
Good being with you.
Good to see you, pal.
Yeah, take care.